Hello and welcome to Coffee with Carey. Thank you for stopping by. I just heard Tallulah make some kind of strange groaning noise. If you're new here, I'm Carey. Tallulah's my little dog. She's sleeping under my desk today. I'm a matchmaker, a dating coach, and that would be why you would stop by and listen to anything I had to say about dating. I have 30 clients at a time matchmaking and date coaching clients. A lot of people who see me here on YouTube go to my website and read through why someone might be interested in a dating coach. If you think that might be you, I encourage you to go to coffeewithcarey.com and read the About Me, which asks a lot of questions about you and some of the issues you might be having and whether a dating coach could be at all useful. Sometimes not. So take a look at that. Today I wanted to share with you some thoughts I had in a conversation that came up recently with a coaching client, and it was about entitlement. And my thoughts are that entitlement is not your friend, and I wanted to share with you why. If that's at all interesting, stick around. That's what we're talking about right now. I guess part of this conversation started with a comment also that was in my comment section on one episode, where one of those men, those men who are part of those groups that don't love women, they're basically a bunch of misogynists who aren't having luck in the dating world and have taken the attitude that they're owed something by women. They feel that women aren't giving them a fair shake, and that women, because they're beautiful, feel that they don't owe anybody the time of day or a date, or it comes down to the fact that they feel that women owe them sex, actually. Groups like the incels, there's a group called MGTOW, men going their own way, something like that. And some of these guys leave comments. They want to argue with me about some of the things I say, and sometimes I allow them to engage me just because I have opinions and I want to share them. That's why I have a channel, right? I hope that I can help people. I don't know if I make much of a dent in their thought processes, but I give it a go on occasion. And the same type of a conversation came up with a client in a different context. It was a female client, and very, very pretty woman. I felt that she wasn't really putting the effort in. Like, she thought she was entitled to second dates or certain behaviors from men based on the fact that other men have treated her that way because she's certainly beautiful. It's part of that, you mean I have to work for a living to get money? Why can't somebody just pay me for being the awesome me that I am? And there are people who feel that way, entitled like that. And entitlement takes different faces. It's come up in different ways, and I wanted to talk why it doesn't really help anybody. And I had a few different points here that I wanted to make. Number one, the world doesn't owe us a soulmate. I don't even believe in soulmates myself, but I know many people do. And it's not like, no matter how amazing, fabulous, gorgeous, rich, sweet, established, successful you are, the world doesn't owe us anything in any regard, let alone a partner of some type. So I suggest that people go out there being kind, being interested, trying to meet as many people as possible to see if there's a connection. And that's how we truly meet our person, our partner, not by having expectations that we're due or we are owed in some way. So just keep that in mind as you're out there. The more people you meet, the more likely you are to connect with somebody. And people are attracted to people who are interested, truly interested in getting to know them. That will take you a lot farther than going out there with expectations of something coming your way because you're so super cool, which you very well may be. In fact, I'm sure of it. Also, I wanted to point out that I think it was Plenty of Fish. I think they're the ones, them and Match.com. The Match company owns quite a few of the dating apps. But whether it was Match or Plenty of Fish specifically did a study about people's swiping habits based on the way they look. Based on how many messages are sent to a person, they gauge their attractiveness. And they found that people, let's say they've deemed somebody to be a 5. And I hate doing this number game because beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Certainly, I believe that. So this makes me a little uncomfortable, but they did it, and I'm just reporting on it. They would say a 5 is not messaging other fives. A five is messaging sevens and eights. And they've gauged who's a 7 and an 8 based on how many messages they're getting and how many lines of a message a person receives in each message. They really have quite a bit of data that they keep track of, and when they do all these studies. So they made it seem in this report that I read that a 5 feels they're entitled to somebody who looks like this 7 does. People who they have determined are 8s on the look scale are reaching out to 10s. I think this could be a part of that male movement, the incels and MGTOWs and all those guys, those misogynists who just are not fans of women based on the way they've been treated. It's a big part of that problem, because the problem is these men, I think one of them sent me a picture. It was I was going to try to describe a meme to you, but I can't remember all the specifics. But what the gist of it was is that there's all these beautiful women, and those are the women the man in this meme feels that he should be dating. Whereas the woman who's actually interested in him, he has no interest in meeting or dating her. But where I'm going here is that that's a sort of entitlement that this was illustrated in the dating app study, that this man is not interested in somebody who would be interested in him, who would be a 6 like he is, but he feels that he's only interested in 8s, and if she won't date him, then he's being jilted and not treated fairly. And it's that sense of entitlement that make them really unhappy in the dating world. And it's kind of a shame, because I really believe there is somebody for everybody, but I think there is a realistic attitude that all of us have to take and know that we should be dating people who are also attracted to us. I had a client once, really pretty lady. She sent me a picture of, what's the actor's name? He plays, who plays Wolverine? Hugh Jackman. She sent me a picture of Hugh Jackman as somebody that she was attracted to. And I thought to myself, and said to her, well, who the heck isn't? What a handsome man he is. Now, the question becomes, if I fixed her up with Hugh Jackman, would he want to see her again for a second date? Is she a good match for Hugh Jackman? Is the other part of that equation. She'd be thrilled if he showed up on the date at the other side of the table, but would he be as thrilled to be on a date with her? I don't know. The point is, I'm trying to make mutual matches, and that's what we should all be doing for ourselves, trying to attract and get to know people who are likely to want to get to know us as well. So for these men to have expectations that these women 10s that look like supermodels are going to also want to date somebody who's a nice, average looking guy is probably showing a little bit of entitlement, which isn't going to work in their favor in the dating world and in truly connecting with someone they can have a serious, long-term, committed relationship. There is a level of reality that we all have to face on who we are, what we look like, and who we attract. And I think when we figure that out, it leads to much happier dating, and not having a sense of entitlement is in our own best interest, because we are more likely to connect with the people we date. And then finally, I was spending too much time on Instagram, and I do follow some other dating coaches, and I see a lot of conversations, a lot of quotes about finding your queen or being treated like a queen or finding your king. And I'm just kind of wondering why people want to be treated like a queen or a king these days. What happened to wanting to be treated like an equal, like a partner, like somebody who is on the same level we are, that we can share side by side, not on a pedestal, not being treated like somebody to be worshipped like royalty, but instead a true partner who's going to get down in the weeds with us and tackle all of the challenges we find in our day-to-day life and work together, teamwork, and figure it out together and choose each other every day. That's the kind of partnership I want. And all I'm asking here is for you to think about that. Do you want to be treated like a queen? Do you have that level of expectation? Do you have that sense of entitlement that somebody should be worshiping at your feet? Or are you truly looking for somebody who is a solid equal to you and that you can consider a ride or die partner through life. Something to think about. I hope you found this interesting. If you did, I hope you'll give the episode a thumbs up. I hope you'll subscribe to my channel. It's free, doesn't cost anything, and it really helps me out here with my channel and allowing me to continue to create videos for you. Hit that ring bell and then you're notified every time I upload a new episode, and I'll look forward to having you back again soon. I appreciate you stopping by today, and until next time, make it a good one.